Well, what is up? Welcome to Northland Tuesday night. I am your host, Robbie. I think that's my name up there. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Woohoo. And we are here to look at the wild world of everything and anything, and especially misinformation, because that's what we love to. That's what we love to give out. No, I'm kidding. That's what we love to talk about, man. My hair is all crazy. Look at it. Ah! Oh, yeah. Crazy hair. All right. Well, it's funny. So you see, I've got this orange sweatshirt on. I realized when I got over here, I'm at the coming to you live today from the Rethink Home Studios here in Anchorage, Alaska. And finally back to the studio. We had an interesting time last Friday when the computer for Michael decided not to work. So we were scrambling at the last minute, but I came over here today. I got that all situated. I think it looks like it is set to go. But yeah. So I got the new or I got, some of the because I had to reload Windows on it. And so I got the software all loaded up, had to get Chrome and couple little programs. There's not much on those computers, and they're little cheap computers. And I got at least one extra one in case something dies. So, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I just have to swap it out. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's okay. We get to roll along. But I got over here today and I realized, oh crap, I am wearing a sweatshirt for the company I work for. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't wear my company sweatshirt on the air if I'm gonna, especially if I'm gonna, talk a bunch of crap about people. I, I should probably do it in, not my company sweatshirt. It's just not the best look, not the way to do it. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Do I have another shirt? And then I realized, oh wait, I got a package today. And I got this package today, and it came when I was out, and so the front person had set it in my office, and so I'm like, "Oh, it looks like a shirt. I wonder what it is." I don't remember ordering a shirt. Ooh, ooh, excuse me. So I'm like, I mean, not to say I didn't order a shirt because I order stuff all the time, and I don't remember ordering stuff. So I figured I had ordered this shirt, but I didn't remember exactly what shirt it was. Until I open, so I'm like, all right, let me open it up. Let me see what it is. And it was a sweatshirt from ugh, Enjoy Your Legal Vices. Hey, hello. So I have a Legal Vices sweatshirt. And this is Jeff Legal Vices from Korea, who tragically passed away right before New Year's. And his channel is still out there. One of the nicest guys on the freaking internet. And it is still such a shame that let's see where. There we go. It's Legal Vice's channel. He had some of the funnest and he can make anything fun. He was Yeah, yeah, I was telling this story that I had my company sweatshirt on when I got over here today, and I'm like, "Oh, crap, what am I gonna do?" And then I remembered, "Oh, yeah, I got my sweatshirt today." And so I opened the package, and there it was. But he could make anything fun. I mean, as you can see, he's got just Maritime Monday. See if he's got playlists. He's got Karen Reed playlist, a Maritime Monday playlist. And I mean, just talking about these, just going through these, accidents and stuff that happens. And boy, if there was cannibalism, he really got excited. Like there were a couple times where he talked about old naval incidents where people ended up stranded on islands that had no food, so they ended up eating each other. He was very fun to listen to, and he always had a good time. That was the thing. He was always, and not everybody can always be in a good mood. I mean, it's just not possible. Always be in a good mood. There's no way. But he sure made it possible to be, or he made it seem like he was in a good mood. And he followed along with Laura Owens, Eckerd. I can't remember his first name. Damn it. The Laura Owens thing where the chick was trying to say that she was pregnant, and Clayton Eckerd, the bachelor guy who yeah, that whole story was nuts. That story was nuts. But man, he's going to be missed. He was still, and it's such a, you know, it just makes you think, makes you wake up and say, man, we're not all going to be here. You never know. You just don't know when the bell's going to ring. So try and enjoy everything you can. So yeah, so I got my Legal Vices sweatshirt on today. I kind of, when I opened the package, I was kind of like, oh right, and it was kind of mixed emotions, but I was glad I ordered it. Such a fun guy, and it's a fun shirt too. I mean that logo is pretty awesome too. That is a pretty awesome logo there. Kind of just it's obviously a caricature of it, but it's not far from the truth of who he was. So, all right, what's going on? So today we had the first of the Senate confirmation hearings for different cabinet choices. And if this is the way that these hearings are going to go, man, we are just, we're not serious anymore. This is not that the stuff that happened today that was not a serious that was not a serious um hearing that took place. That was not a serious grilling of somebody. That was not you. It was just personal attacks against a person. That's all it was. I just don't get it. And if Chris Cuomo, so this is Chris Cuomo tonight. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play some of this because I haven't heard this either. But I thought this was interesting. So here's Yeah, I couldn't, I tried to listen to it and I got pieces and parts of it, but I can't I couldn't. I could I just it's just it was just too unserious. It was just not something that what redeeming quality came out of that hearing? What did you learn from that hearing today that did anything for the country? Nothing. It was just you're a bad person. That is the goal. That seems like the what we're up against now is everybody who's on a different side from you is an evil person. They're an evil person that shouldn't exist, and you shouldn't give them any kind of platform and blah 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 blah. That's not how we advance anymore, and it's going to yeah. Woo, buddy.
My opinion
All right.
is we saw the enemy today at Pete Hegseth's Armed Services Committee hearing,
If you can't
and it's us. Not you, but the toxic game of division played by the people who we put in power. Let me ask you, what questions would you have for a potential secretary?
this right here. What questions would you have? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll try and find that here in a minute. But yeah, what questions would you have someone that has been nominated for the Secretary of Defense, one of the most important positions in the cabinet? I mean, that's basically a big part of what the Constitution is about protection of the country.
Of Defense. What are you going to do about China, Russia, terror, Pentagon size, drones? Or would your top concern be his marriage? Is your biggest fear that an army of trans folk are going to take over? Because those were the concerns that the most deliberative body in the world focused on today. Here is the moment that Democrats are choosing to send around the internet as their big win. Senator Tim Kaine giving Hegseth the Bill Clinton.
I want to return to the incident that you referenced a minute ago that occurred in Monterey, California in October 2017. At that time, you were still married to your second wife, correct?
I believe so.
And you had just fathered a child by a woman who would later become your third wife, correct?
Senator, I was falsely charged, fully investigated, and completely cleared.
So you think you were completely cleared because you committed no crime. That's your definition of cleared? You had just fathered a child 2 months before by a woman that was not your wife. I assume that.
Really? And this is their big win. This is their big. We got him. Oh boy, we got that guy. Senator Kaine, your running mate when you ran for vice president was Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Miss You're going to slam somebody? These people just there's no help for them. None.
In each of your weddings, you've pledged to be faithful to your
I
wife.
found the she
You've
stuff
taken
too.
an oath to do that, haven't you?
Senator, as I've acknowledged to everyone in this committee, I'm not a perfect person, I'm not claiming to
But
be.
no, I just asked a simple question. You've taken an oath like you would.
Like bringing up his kids.
Despite all he knew about his peccadillos, he still backed him. Why? Is president not as important an oath
Yeah.
you've ever been unfaithful? Kaine may be sitting in that room alone. Who cares when we are talking about being the top warrior, not our pastor? I'll tell you who agreed with me once about this. Tim Kaine. He supported Bill Clinton for president. He didn't say he couldn't serve despite all he knew about his peccadillos. He still backed him. Why? Is president not as important an oath? So what changed? You know, a bipartisan national.
Yep, what changed? Huh.
Now, but the Democrats still couldn't get past the gotcha and kept asking the same gotcha.
You said, and I quote, "I'm straight up saying that we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us
Yeah,
more
this thing over and over and over and over about women in combat roles. It, ground combat roles are should have everybody should have to meet the same exact standard to do it. That's what he was saying.
effective."
When I'm talking about that issue, it's not about the capabilities of men and women, it's about standards.
We have hundreds of women who are currently in the infantry, lethal members of our military serving in the infantry, but you degrade them.
My critiques, Senator, recently and in the past, and from personal experience, have been instances where I've seen standards lowered, driven decision-making.
I'm quoting you from the podcast. Women.
That I can't even watch this. She can go to hell.
It's an open question that we're.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, it was a shit show. I mean, that's all it was. It was basically a crap show. Here, this kind of sums it up. Here, these were the top. This is the top 5 moments of the hearing.
A
Then
small handful of
what the hell?
anonymous sources were allowed to drive a smear campaign and agenda about me because our left-wing media in America today, sadly, doesn't care about the truth. All they were out to do, Mr. Chairman, was to destroy me. And why do they want to destroy me? Because I'm a change agent and a threat to them, because Donald Trump was willing to choose me, to empower me, to bring the Defense Department back to what it really should be, which is warfighting.
Everything you've said in these public statements is politics. I don't want women. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want moms. What's wrong with
Nope,
a mom,
he did.
by the way?
This coming
Once
up.
you have babies, you therefore are no longer able to be lethal. I mean, you're basically saying women after they have children.
How does this rant? How does this make her look good? Seriously, how does this make you look good, Senator?
Can't ever serve in the military in a combat role. It's a silly thing to say. So you say it was a political thing. You say it undermined us. Social engineering. I don't know why someone having to publicly say or not publicly say who they love is social engineering.
The senator from Virginia starts bringing up the fact that what
There's
if you
number
showed
3.
up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night?
Good question.
Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous.
Give me a break, I'm sure. Give me a joke. That sounds more fitting, actually.
That you guys hold
Give me a
yourself
joke.
as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye.
I have read multiple reports of your regularly being drunk at work,
Listen to this.
including by people who worked with you at Fox News. Do you know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UCMJ?
Senator, those
Yes
are
or no?
multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to the
is
dozens of men and women at
Not
Fox News
contemplated
Channel
and
who
I'm not
I work
hearing-
with,
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer
record
to my question.
and said they've
In your
never
opening
seen
statement,
that.
Mr. Hayes.
Also should
In
be at the
other
Defense Department.
words, you're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the
This
defense
is it
industry
right here.
for 10
This
years.
is great.
You're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. And I thought about this too. Is I wish that during Warner's Warren, I wish that during his question and answer period, is that he would have got the chance to say that unlike some people, I don't represent myself as something that I'm not. And just put that out there and then go on and answer the question. But just a rip. Just if he would have been able to put that out there that Senator, some people like to represent themselves as something they're not. I'm not a person that does that. And then go on with their statement. Just throw it out there deadpanned. Don't even pause, right? Don't even pause. Just throw it out there and then move on immediately. And then that is the kind of I love that stuff. I love when I'm writing something to put something like that in there and then just let it or just when you get a chance to throw something subtle like that in there. Like those subtle digs are the best because it takes people a moment. Takes people a moment to think about it. And then they're like, "Oh." And I love doing that. It's so much fun to do that. But yeah, that was that. I am hoping that what this has done is it'll backfire. And it already seems like it has because I know Ernst was on was on the fence. And from what I heard, that she has come out and said that she will vote for him. And I thought that Lindsey Graham might have been on the fence, and I'm hoping that this kind of this just show thing. I mean, it's gotten worse. I mean, you can go back through history, and there are some interesting Senate confirmation hearings, like with Kavanaugh recently, and then Thomas. Oh my gosh, the Thomas ones. And and Thomas would that was with Joe Biden as a senator. And if you go back and watch some of that, I mean, that's kind of when we went down this path. Same with the Bork, that he eventually didn't get in. I don't remember all of what that was about. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it actually, because now I'm curious. Um, let's just look at that together. Um, Hello. Hi. How are you doing? So, Robert Bork on October 23rd, 1987, he's in, oh my gosh. On October 23rd, 1987, the United States Senate held one of the most controversial votes on the Supreme Court nominee in its history, rejected Robert Bork's appointment. 2 weeks earlier, the Senate Judiciary Committee, led by then Senator Joseph Biden, decided to send Bork's nomination to the floor with a recommendation that it be rejected. Bork, then a judge on the Federal Appeals Court in District of Columbia, demanded a full vote on the Senate floor, too. And how the Bork nomination made at that point was a saga in itself. So, what was the gist of it? Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, Senate Democrats brought up legal writings from Bork dating back to 1963, where he wrote a new public article opposing the proposed 1964 Civil Rights Act. So they were critical of his opinions about Supreme Court's Roe versus Wade, which turned out to be correct. So yeah, so he was able. So this is one of the only times that they've actually rejected him. And then Anthony Kennedy, who turned out to be, a lot of times not the, not the judge that somebody like Reagan would have wanted in there, is who ended up in I wasn't showing that on stream. I was reading it to you, thank goodness. This is what I was looking at, was the confirmation of Robert Bork. So this is kind of when everything started to go downhill, 1987. Then Thomas's thing was just a show and a half. And now we have, so let's take a look at Sheehy's. So this is, all right, hang on. All right. This is Tim Sheehy.
Pete, I'm actually going to ask you questions because I want to hear your answer. How many genders are there? Tough one.
Senator, there
Oh,
are
this-
2 genders.
This is straight off the top. Oh, no.
I know that well. I'm a Sheehy, so I'm on board.
Straight off the top with the Sheehy.
What is the
Joke.
diameter of the rifle round fired out of an M4 A1 rifle?
That's a 5.56.
How many push-ups can you do?
I did 5 sets of 47 this morning.
What do you think are most important strategic bases in the Pacific?
In the Pacific?
Yeah, that's all it
Guam is pretty
was.
strategically
It was
significant.
just no
How many
substance,
rounds of
none.
5.56 can you fit into the magazine of an M4 rifle?
Depends on the magazine, but standard issue is 30, Senator.
And what size round does the M9 Beretta standard issue sidearm for the military fire?
A 9mm, Senator.
What kind of batteries do you put in your night vision goggle?
Duracell?
So right there, you're representing qualifications that show you understand what the warfighter deals with every single day on the battlefield.
I'll be right back.
You understand what happens on the front line where our troops will be. And what happens, unfortunately, in this country is decisions made in rooms like this, bad decisions, end up in dead 17, 18, 19-year-old Americans. And those Americans rarely come from families that sit in rooms like this. They come from lower, middle-income families who sometimes the military is their only way out. And they join because maybe they want to go to college. Maybe they have no other choice. Maybe they love this country. But for whatever reason, they joined and they sat on the dotted line. And when people like us screw up, they don't come home. And that's the one thing that I care about. Is you remember when I shut the door when you came with your entourage, Senator Coleman, I've known for a long time, and you and I sat together, asked you one question. You remember what that question was?
Are you going to have the backs of the warfighters?
Exactly. What is going to be your number one priority? And I don't care, frankly, what all these letters and articles say. I've been a part of a smear campaign too, I get it. I care that you're going to have one thing in mind when you sit in that chair in that 5-sided building, and you told me what that was. So with that, you have my support. I'm sorry you have to go through a process like this.
Yep. That process was a complete and utter joke today. Joke, joke, joke. But yeah, coming out with the she-he joke, that's funny. Oy, oy, oy. All right, so, not really worth even talking much about. It's not. It's just not. So what do we what do we have to look forward to? Well, I got a couple of stories about that. Let me I don't know, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, and close that tab. Okay, I'm just talking to myself. All right, so obviously this is from a thing called Leading Report. So basically they came out and said 80% of federal government managers who voted for Harris said they will resist the efforts of the Trump administration. Well, just 1% said they will somewhat support him, according to Napolitan Institute RMG research survey. So 80% of the government folks, which we know like 90% of Washington, D.C. and the counties around there voted for Harris. So you got to figure, man, this is a big obstacle right here. This is a huge obstacle right here. That the state, the bureaucratic state, is going to want to just maintain the control that they've always had, and they don't want anything to change. That's what we're going into. So we also have a new video from O'Keefe Media, which is very interesting. This is Jamie Menina, Senior Advisor, Joint Staff, Department of Defense. So he is a contract employee. He's not an employee of the Pentagon, but he is a contract employee of the Pentagon. So we'll watch a little bit of the video here in a minute, but I kind of want to read what James O'Keefe wrote. This is what he says on this video. So let's go. Breaking video. Top Pentagon advisor reveals on hidden camera conversation with a couple of retired generals to explore what we can do to protect people from Trump. Somebody inside the Pentagon. For secret meetings regarded sensitive information we're going to have to keep between us. He goes on. I've been in conversations with a couple of retired generals to explore what we can do. Jamie Menina, advisor to the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the Pentagon, former FBI special agent, self-proclaimed spy hunter, and he was also worked for the Hillary Clinton campaign. Menina also described as ghostwriting with a 501. So this person is a contract employee of the Pentagon who also does ghostwriting with a 501c advocacy organization, National Security Leaders of America. Let's see who they are. National Security Leaders of America, defending American democracy, of course. NSL members serve the nation because they believe the United States is a vanguard of democracy. So I saw one thing in there that said that they were a bipartisan organization. So yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. All right. What we do was trying to explain to the American people that the national security consequences of another Trump presidency. He elaborated on his recent activities, saying, since the spring, I was working with these retired generals, retired ambassadors. They're like 1, 2, or 3-star generals and admirals. You probably know maybe 4 stars. And that the organization was trying to defeat Donald Trump. Mina further revealed that he was participating in a huge meeting with military leaders in a very secure room called the Tank. The Tank is a nickname for the Joint Chiefs of Staff conference room. So, all right, let's get into this video a little
consulting firm, and my client is the Pentagon. So I'm embedded in the Pentagon. I work in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command. Once you lost, I went into the intelligence community and I became an FBI special agent. So I became a spy hunter. So I was a counterintelligence agent, special agent at the FBI.
What's your overall assessment of Trump?
He's a sociopathic narcissist who is only interested in advancing his name, his wealth, and his fame.
Is there anything you can do to protect American people from stuff that he might try to do?
I'm in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try to explore what we can do.
Who were the...
here we go, folks. This is the savior of America right here. This guy right here is going to save us all. Don't you feel comfortable knowing that there is people out there like him that their job is to save us from ourselves, basically, to make sure that the state bureaucracy can continue to spy on Americans every day without warrants, that that the FBI can just run roughshod and they can set up people with, fake plots to kidnap governors, and make sure that that we treat misinformation as the biggest threat to the entire world. I am so glad that we have folks like this out there that are, there to protect us, and that's their main job.
The retired.
That they these folks, I mean, it's just I'm in awe of even being in a world where we have people that are this smart, that are this intelligent, that can go through life and know exactly what to do to save all of us peons that have, no idea, that we're just floating through life like oblivious to the threats that that we voted for, that people voted for. They didn't realize they were voting for the biggest threat ever to come to the world. But we have folks like this guy who are so super intelligent that they can fix it all by themselves. Them and some retired generals, they can fix it. They can figure out how they can hide information. They can figure out how they can subvert the process to where the people we voted for actually don't get to run things. I love it. I love it.
Like 1, 2, or 3-star generals and admirals. You probably know maybe 4 stars. So I also have a big day tomorrow. Probably the biggest day of all. So we have
bragging. This dude is just, I mean, he is freaking bragging to try and get laid. So he's going to brag about how he's saving the world. This is looking great.
We have this huge meeting with military leaders in a very secure room called the Tank.
He's had a few beers too. You can tell he's slurring a little bit, slurring his words a little bit. So now his guard is down. He's had some drinks. He's, the person that's with him, these journalists for OMG Media they have got to be good. I mean, they have got to be good. They know how to win friends and influence people. This is basically what they do. How to Win Friends and Influence People, if you've never read the book, is a very, very good book. It's a very, very good book to understanding the philosophy of exactly that, of being influential. Being influential, being someone that other people feel like they can trust, has nothing to do with you. Actually, it has nothing to do with your credentials, has nothing to do with your bona fides. It really comes down to how you listen. I am someone who's not afraid to just get in front of this mic and just talk. And, we don't have a huge audience, but we got a little bit of an audience, and we're going to grow an audience eventually if we keep doing this. And I just do it because I like to do it anyway. So, gosh darn it, we're going to keep going. But I don't mind getting on this mic and just talking. But the best part about when you're interacting with somebody, people want to tell you about themselves, right? People want you to be interested in what they're interested in, because their interests, if you're really engaged with their interest, if you are really showing an interest in what they're saying, it draws people in. It relaxes them. It lets them open up even more. So the more, and a lot of times it's genuine. If you're if you're a genuinely nice person, you like to let people tell you about themselves, right? More than you like to tell people about yourself. In sales, you use that philosophy a lot, um, to really, advance yourself as far as a salesperson. My watch is there we go. Sorry, my watch was weirded out there for a second. You hang on a second. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. You giving this to me?
Yeah, use it for what you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will show it off in a second.
Right on. And I'm up for a bit.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Michael. Say bye, Michael.
Bye, everyone.
So this is Michael's latest treasure. Do unto others and run. I really like this. In fact, I kind of want to keep this. If he'll let me. Hey, Michael, can I hang this up in my office? Okay, I'm taking it. All right, yay. All right, I get this. I really like this. So I'm going to hang this up at my work. Probably right at my door. Yeah, I'll probably put it on the wall. But anyway, so these journalists that work for OMG Media are very much trained in the art of influence. And it's how they pull people in. It's how they get people relaxed enough to tell them stuff like this. And the alcohol helps, but the engagement of the person that you are with makes even more.
So we have a tank meeting with like all of the top leaders in the United States military tomorrow on my topic that I prepared.
So it went well.
I think it went well. It's very sensitive information. We're gonna have to keep it between us.
Oh, see, now he's even getting more. He's getting more into it. He's like, we're gonna have to, it's sensitive. We'll have to keep it between us. He is putting on the charm here. Yeah.
Specialize in artificial intelligence and emerging technologies like quantum, cybersecurity. Yeah.
What's quantum? I haven't heard of it.
Quantum is incredibly fast supercomputing that doesn't yet exist but will soon exist. And when it does, it will change.
What is that? I haven't heard of that before. Can you tell that? Oh, it's brilliant. That is so brilliant right there. I haven't heard of that before. So you put that person on a higher plane than you. What she did just now, was she put him. That was a boost of adrenaline, or the gosh darn it, oh, the chemical in your brain that gives you happy feelings. I can't even think about it. Gosh darn it, getting old makes your brain does not work. Chemical in brain for happiness. Dopamine. That was a dopamine spike for that guy just now. Let's go back 15 seconds. That was a huge dopamine spike, right? Because because now you get that sense of I'm gonna, I'm telling this person this something that she doesn't know. I'm smart. I'm smarter than her, and it's not it, and it's probably not. I'm not trying to make it sound like a conceited thing. It's just it's a dopamine spike when you know that you have information that you're imparting on somebody else that they might not know, and it just gives you that kind of good feeling.
Fast supercomputing that doesn't yet exist but will soon exist. Yeah.
What's quantum? I haven't heard of it.
Quantum is incredibly fast supercomputing that doesn't yet exist but will soon exist.
Yeah.
And when it does, it will.
That was a spike right there, because now it's big bravado too. It's like, oh, it doesn't exist yet, but it will. It's going to change everything, and it's going to be the
Hegseth.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Secretary of Defense. He's cheated on all of his wives, all of his girlfriends. He's had some sexual assault allegations. He's an alcoholic. There's a lot of observations of him drinking. You're not a spy? You're not trying to collect information from me?
Well, of course she is.
That'd be cool. Well, with me, literally with a former FBI agent, so you're gonna be safe.
If you don't know,
Agent, so you're gonna be safe.
John O'Keefe or James O'Keefe right there. You're going to be safe. You're going to be fine. James O'Keefe right there. Oh my God, I love it.
FBI special agent. So I became, and I worked for her since college.
Hillary Clinton to the State Department.
So yeah, so go watch this whole video. So let's kind of look at there was some statements by the folks. So let's get out of here. Let's go to O'Keefe Media, because there was some statements from the Pentagon. So we've got so now, it's getting spread out there. So all the people are retweeting it. So here we go. So bombshell, top Pentagon advisor Jamie Menina has just been fired per email to O'Keefe Media. So let's go. Let's keep going. All right. So here is just in. Top Pentagon advisor Jamie Menina has just been fired per email to O'Keefe Media from the Joint Staff Public Affairs spokesman Joseph Holstead. Menina was caught on OMG hidden cameras revealing plans with a couple of retired generals to explore what we can do to protect people from Trump. See the below email response O'Keefe Media received from the Joint Staff Public Affairs spokesman. Now, of course, they are going to do everything to say that this guy is, is been at an arm's length. He's not a member of the Pentagon. He's a contract employee. But here is the media. Here is the response, the email. In response to your query in the email below, the following is attributable to a Joint Staff spokesperson. Jamie Menina is not an advisor to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or the Joint Chiefs, nor has he interacted with the chairman or the Joint Chiefs. Okay. We can confirm Menina was a Booz Allen Hamilton contracted employee with the Joint Staff J6 Command, Control, Communications, and Computer Cyber Directorate. So he was employed at the Pentagon. I mean, what he said was true. The alleged comments by Menina do not reflect positions of the chairman or the Joint Staff. Of course they don't. Of course they can't say that. Furthermore, the chairman looks forward to working as President-elect Donald J. Trump's principal military advisor in the next administration. Any further questions related to Menina should be directed to Booz Allen Hamilton. So now that's the direction. That's the point away. That is nothing else should come to the Pentagon because he was a contract employee from Booz Allen Hamilton. They are the ones that can answer all of the questions now because he has been fired from them, I guess. Now, I haven't seen a statement I don't think there is a statement from Booz Allen Hamilton, but let's take a look and let's do a little search. We'll search on X first. Allen Hamilton. Let me share this screen, share this tab instead. So here is Booz Allen Hamilton. December 20th, December 23rd. Happy holidays. Any replies? December 23rd, 2024. So, nope. No statement on X. And let's see. All right. And who exactly is this? Let's just take a peek. Booz Allen Hamilton. Share this tab instead. Transferring tomorrow with today's most advanced technology. So their expertise, we're building value and opportunity by investing in cyber security, analytics, digital solutions, engineering, and science. So their artificial intelligence. We are trusted AI leader to the nation. So these guys are into the cybersecurity, AI, high-tech market. And as you can see, they have of course, their purpose and values statement and collective ingenuity, champions heart, empowered people to change the world. Neurodiversity internship program, Beyond Love Canal, supporting whatever. Supporting the military. Anyway. So, yes, Booz Allen Hamilton's going to be probably having their role with the federal government come under some scrutiny, I would think. They're probably there's going to be some consideration on the list of defense stocks. Yeah, where's their stock trading? I wonder. Is it on this list here? BAH. Oh, let's just see. BAH. Stock price. Where are they trading at? Oh, they're at 136. Pretty valuable company. Up from, let's see, their 1 year, 142. So they're kind of actually at a low point right now. I have a feeling their stock might drop a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much, a lot of times these stories don't make the mainstream media. That's another, talked about that quite a bit. The media gets to decide what the important stories are, and somebody who's an internal person within the Pentagon saying that, they're having meetings to keep people out of the to figure out how to hide and protect the people from the incoming president and his staff. It's just hilarious. Oh my goodness. All right, so found this story too from ABC7 in Chicago. Another interesting thing. We'll see where this Manara Menina. That's it, Menina. We'll see where that goes. Oh yeah, yep, nope. They are. They absolutely are. They get to they decide what they get to put on the air and what they don't. So, all right. Says, be ready for more attacks. So we've got this report.
Guys, the
Chicago.
suspicious materials in question were apparently discovered.
So this is Chicago. Explosives found in Chicago Southside high-rise apartments. HVAC workers finds. I came across some C4, some explosives, a rifle, a lot of fake IDs, and firemen and police force stuff. What?
By a contractor who was scheduled to service the units inside this apartment building. We talked to her, and what she says she found were pretty clear red flags that needed to be reported to authorities.
I had the master key, and I went in there, and I came across.
Was this in an apartment, or was this in a security area or a mechanical area?
A lot of things, and I was like, that don't seem right.
Melissa Caraway works for an HVAC company that was scheduled to service units at 533 East 33rd Place in the Lake Meadows neighborhood. She says residents get advance notice that they'll be making the rounds and
okay, so it sounds like it was an apartment.
Entering their units. When no one answered the door, she says she let herself in.
I came across
Well, this is an actual
C4,
apartment.
some explosives, a rifle, a lot of fake IDs. A lot of fireman stuff, a lot of police force stuff, and it just looked like it was fake, you know?
She says the discovery happened around 10 a.m. in a unit on the 6th floor. She wasn't sure what to do at first, but says she called police about a half hour later.
Okay. Who? That's an interesting development in this story.
Floor. She wasn't sure what to do at first, but says she called police about a half hour later.
Okay, so I'm just going to speculate here. I don't think that this person just like sat on this herself. Now, I mean, she could have. Maybe she did. Maybe she was scared and she just didn't know what to do. She went on about her business and she thought about it and she went. But I don't think so. I think she talked to multiple people. I think she might have had to be convinced to call the police. Like, and so, and I don't. I'm not going to say that I blame her. Because I mean, there is definitely some trust issues going on right now between just regular people and the police. I mean, just. But it took a half an hour for her to call the police after finding C4.
Video of the response shows law enforcement with ballistic shields, others with rifles. The entire building was evacuated, officers going door by door to tell residents they needed to leave.
I was afraid because I didn't know what was going on. So, again, I've been out here since like 11:15, 11:30, and I still don't have any information.
After several hours inside, CPD says its bomb unit cleared the scene as a precaution, determining the objects were safe and posed no threat. Police say someone was placed into custody on the scene, but no further information was provided.
This is one of the reasons we don't trust the police, because they're not telling us anything. They don't say anything. This person is the one that has to report it.
No, the bombing that happened in New Orleans and Vegas, so it kind of scared me. So I just want to call and check.
What are police telling you?
Concerned. Police on scene began to leave this building around 1:30 this afternoon. Residents trickling back into the building shortly thereafter. This explosive scare again resulting in one person in custody, though it's not clear how that person is connected to what police discovered inside.
So another thing where
Guys, the suspicious materials in question.
What in the world? Now, I caught this earlier. I didn't, I was work, so I didn't get it. I just kind of saw the whole thing. And then so we have Sean Ryan, and if you haven't seen the Sean Ryan podcast, I very much recommend you tune in to Sean Ryan. Disturbing, more on this tomorrow with my next guest, Jane Doe. So this will be interesting. I'm ready to hear more about this. I'm just very curious about what in the world would be going on. Why somebody has rifles, fire and police outfits. Now, was it real C4? I don't know. Was it somebody's got a bunch of costumes? I don't know. But you would think that the government might tell you a little more. Maybe they could. I'm going to look up Chicago and explosives and see if we have anything other than this one news. Okay, it does say here, a rifle and fake IDs discovered while HVAC tech was servicing an apartment. This led to a significant response from the Chicago Police Department, including the bomb squad. It was later determined to be fake or not posing an actual threat. One person was taken into custody following discovery, though connection between the individual and the found items were not immediately clear. Well, officials say the items that appear to be explosives were not confirmed to be dangerous. They believe it to be a hoax. Well, but I mean, what? It still doesn't really help us. I mean, and thinking about it now, she might have discovered an FBI safe house where they were setting up somebody. Yeah, that might have been like the FBI's like, no, that's our stuff. That's ours. Oh my gosh. We should have known. That's probably what it was. But yeah, I mean, it's good that somebody is actually going to, be alert and turn this stuff in. Yep. Oh, wow. I didn't even hear about that. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Gunpoint just retrieved from military land in the River Valley. It was wrecked after the driver had stopped to help people.
Okay, that one was recovered, it sounds like.
Someone stole a military Humvee from a facility in Southern California. The vehicle, worth $120,000, was taken yesterday from.
All right, that was 21. But yeah, no, yeah. So crazy. But yeah, I want to know. I just want to know. All right, so we got that craziness. Dr. Drew. You guys know who Dr. Drew is, right? Loveline. He was on Loveline forever. He's been on all of these different things. Well, he's gotten in trouble with the misinformation police on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So he got a warning. Not only did he get a warning, let's just read what he says. How do I get these warnings removed? It's simple. Oh, let's go back. Actually, he's got more. Okay, this weekend, YouTube creators accused me of spreading medical misinformation and they took down 2 videos with an MD and a lawyer. So this is his show where he is talking with people. You know, he's a doctor, he's talking to a lawyer. I've been a board certified physician for over 40 years, which is twice YouTube's existence. So let's take a closer look at the timestamp they're saying harmful. This video has been removed for violating the YouTube community standards. So we talked about Zuckerberg's big conversion. We need Google's big conversion. We need to get them out of this freaking hole here because they control a lot of eyeballs now. There are a lot of eyeballs looking at Google and YouTube right now, and they need to come around. Violation 1, medical misinformation at 2252. Dr. Kelly Victory shares her professional opinion about young people who were injured by mRNA side effects, which we know actually exist, saying the vast majority of people who have been injured are young, healthy people who are under the age of 50 who had fundamentally zero risk from COVID itself. 2 people on screen, and I can't play this because we're on YouTube and I don't want to get it taken down. But the people on screen, Dr. Kelly and me, are licensed board certified physicians who completed medical school decades ago. I was chief resident at Huntington Hospital, an assistant clinical professor in medicine and psychiatry at Keck USC, and a director of addiction services for Los Encinas Hospital for 25 years. Do I agree with everything Dr. Victory says? I do not, and she wouldn't hesitate to say the same about me. It is not medical misinformation for a licensed doctor to provide an opinion on a broadcast. You are 100% correct. By the way, here's Dr. Fauci in 2023 insisting there is no doubt that masks work, despite the data and opposition from public health experts saying they don't. Violation 2, medical misinformation at 3821. Attorney Warner Mendenhall of Akron Law Firm shares his professional opinion and details about a case he's fighting. So this is an actual case that he is litigating, that he is giving some of the details about. I believe 500,000 people. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't even want to say it because I risk the AI finding my channel and taking it down. It is not medical misinformation for someone to state their belief that a large number of people were harmed by a medical product. By the way, here's Rachel Maddow telling MSC viewers, we know that vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person. That was medical misinformation. How do I get these warnings removed? It's simple. I must attend YouTube's re-education training. And be a good boy for 90 days, or else they will delete my channel in the 1,000+ videos. So they are threatening, if he does not take this training from Google, to remove Dr. Drew's channel. So if they do that, I believe Dr. Drew is probably one of the people who was in a position to fight this. Now, does Google want this fight? Because he can sue them. He can take them through discovery. Let's go on. These aren't the first warnings or strikes I've received from YouTube. The first time it happened, my producer got on the phone with them and made peace. It's hard to moderate billions of hours of content, and YouTube will make mistakes sometimes. But when it happened again last year, my producer politely asked him if I could do a provider. This is good right here. This part right here is where I think he's got a strong case. When it happened again last year, my producer politely asked them if I could do a provider-to-provider call from one physician to another so I could have a clinical conversation with the person on their side who is judging my interviews. The hallowed YouTube moderator who graduated medical school, spent time in residency, and treated enough patients to confidently claim my professional opinion is harmful enough to justify censorship. Right here. This right here is, I think, where he has a huge case. Of course, that person could not speak to me because that person does not exist. YouTube does not have physicians on their moderation team. So the people who are making moderation decisions about medical misinformation are not doctors. I mean, it's not a shock that they're not doctors. There's absolutely no shock there. YouTube is free to stay on the wrong side of history, their house, their rules. But it's times like these when I'm especially grateful that Elon Musk brought free speech back to the public square. Both Ask Dr. Drew episodes are still available on X, and I refuse to delete even 1 second of them to appease Google's unqualified, unlicensed, untrained, unidentified censors. So, yes, and if they do remove him, if he doesn't go to their training, and if they do remove these videos and they do take down his channel, then I think he is probably he's probably one of the most unique positions to actually take action. Now, will it take a long time? Yes. Will they back down and maybe not actually delete his channel? Probably. They'll probably do that. But we'll see. I don't know. So yeah, that is insanity. They're gonna take down a doctor's channel. Oh my goodness. Because all right. Couple more things. This one, and I gotta go get some new water, so I am going to start this up. Listen to it on the broadcast myself. Let's see, put my earphone in. Get the channel up on my phone. Just going through all my steps I got to do here. Okay. That is not what I want. Oh. No. Where'd my thing go? Now I got to search for my channel, and they don't like my channel, so I can never find it. Oh, it came up. It's first. Oh my gosh, my channel. Breaking news! Breaking news! My channel's actually searchable on YouTube. You might know who I'm making fun of there. You might know who that is. I don't know. Maybe Steve. He's hilarious. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, yep. I got to start the video, don't I? Duh. All right. Let me share this tab instead. Show on stream. All right. So, failure to mobilize firefighters before LA fires began led to catastrophe, says new whistleblower. We don't have enough engines, and 100 were in the shop. So we got all this to go through. So let's take a listen.
For public. According to many in the news media, California's governor and LA's mayor have done their best to combat the catastrophic fires raging throughout the city.
I'll be right back.
Governor Gavin Newsom called out the National Guard on Friday and requested national and international backup. Mayor Karen Bass returned from her trip to Ghana and said she was on the phone constantly during her flight back, coordinating disaster response. But as the fires continue to rage out of control, it's increasingly clear that their response to the fires was inadequate. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power had drained the city's second largest reservoir of water, which was right near the Palisades fire, and it had failed to notify either the county or city fire departments. The National Weather Service had warned of extreme fire risk on January 2nd. The National Weather Service Los Angeles held a briefing on January 3rd and yet Mayor Bass flew to Ghana anyway. Newsom did not call out the National Guard until Friday and did not mobilize national and international help until the last few days. An aide to a former California governor told me, knowing the mayor's office couldn't adequately manage the situation, Newsom should have immediately traveled to Los Angeles to backstop the mayor's office. Now, to be fair, this catastrophe was decades in the making. The Los Angeles basin is fire-prone, and past city and state leaders had failed to prepare the city despite catastrophic fires every 10 or 20 years. And declining interest among young people in becoming firefighters, increased arsons from homeless drug addicts, and budget cuts over the years had depleted the city's firefighting resources. But none of those failures justified the reactive nature.
I will not crinkle my bottle. I will not crinkle my bottle on the mic.
Of the response by state and city leaders to the fires, nor their own role in cutting firefighting budgets and their policies that attracted the homeless and allowed them to camp outside across the city. And they start half of all fires responded to by Los Angeles fire departments. And now, a 40-year veteran of one of the 29 fire departments in Los Angeles County has come forward to describe a shocking series of failures by state and city leaders to station fire trucks around the city before the fire started. You have to mobilize fire departments before the fires start because we're so spread out, the firefighter whistleblower told me, who asked for anonymity fearing retribution. They had the long-term weather forecast already on New Year's Eve. You have areas where they should have pre-deployed rigs, fire trucks. They should have had them there a day before the wind started so crews can scout the area, recognize safety zones, potential problem areas, and check water supply and things of that nature. I'm not sure that took place. The fire chiefs should have pre-deployed engines in high fire danger areas and neighborhoods that have overgrown trees and vegetation, narrow roads, limited access, etc., which have burned in previous years such as Malibu, Palisades, Pasadena, Brentwood, Hollywood Hills, Palos Verdes, Peninsula, and some areas in Orange County. As a firefighter, when we hear a very strong Santa Ana winds coming, you think of those areas because you have been there before on previous fires in your career. What I'm hearing is that this may have not been done, and they could have pre-evacuated high-density areas in these neighborhoods that have one-way streets or have ample police in the area for possible emergency evacs and the need for traffic control. The governor, mayor, and fire chiefs said they had been mobilizing starting in early January, but I am not sure where those units were staged or how many were called in, the firefighter told me. They should have said there is a very high probability of a fire Tuesday or Wednesday due to the 60 to 80 mile per hour winds coming in, so be prepared. Winds will be howling. Every day there are fires in LA County which start from vehicles, accidents, downed power lines, outdoor fires, arsonists, and whatever. We know there's going to be a fire somewhere at some point, large or small. The person told me that the city should have also required more clearing of brushes and debris. What's crazy is those canyons. You make people trim trees and brushes. Why not clear the canyons? Some areas have 50-foot high trees and brush in there. That's heavy fuel. If you don't have those fuels, you won't have those effects. Contract companies to start clearing the brush in the canyons and fields. They don't do that. Now, morale was very low before the fires began because of budget cuts, the whistleblower said. This will be a $100 billion fire. We hear that LAFD only had 100 fire apparatus is in the shop? Who knows how short all the other departments are? The state or county
Jesus. So this is all equipment that's out of service. It's waiting for repair.
could have spent $50 million and bought lower-end fire engines for $500,000 each, about 100 of them, and put them around the county in strategic locations or housed them in local fire stations. Then you could have had crews use those apparatus. Then you could have had crews bust in or flown people in to run the engines. But we just don't have enough engines. If you're not already a subscriber to Public, please subscribe.
Shit. When I didn't want to crinkle my bottle, I muted my mic and I haven't unmuted it since. Oh my God. Ah. that entire time. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I even told myself to unmute me to unmute myself, but of course I didn't do that. Oh my good lord. For some reason I can't get to Facebook through Chrome on this computer. That is so weird. No. So I will have to go through a different way. See, I can get there just fine with this. I'm gonna have to investigate why that's happening. Okay. All right. Sorry, it's making me do weird stuff here. Okay. And my chat history's all okay. There we go. Good grief. Now I'm having all the technical difficulties. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, I don't know how loud this is going to be. Share screen. Entire screen, that. Okay, here we go. Oh, shoot. I can't. Yeah. Stupid damn video things. These guys are crazy. Some of this was from LA. Some of this is just like training videos and stuff. There's the super scooper. That one I think was from this fire, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this is just an old video. There it is again. That's kind of a cool shot there. All right. And then there's this one. I don't know if this is, let's see, does this have music? Check this out. This is ridiculous. This is a DC-10. He is flying this like it's an aerobatic little prop plane. This is crazy flying right here. That is absolutely insane flying. I mean, that is fighter pilot like skills there. And then this one, this is one of the super scoopers. Look at him coming right. Ah. All right. But look how close they are. Try that again from the beginning. Look how close they are to the edge. They're nuts. And then they just get, I mean, he's like 15, 20 feet off the ground right there. I mean, he's so close to the ground. Just insane. These pilots are amazing what they can do. Oh yeah, no, that is a ridiculous pilot. Let's see, do we have any other? I mean, there's hundreds of these videos out there, but is this one? That's how the fire spread. All right, this was one of the ones from from Santa Ana. This is them going on the ocean. I mean, these guys are just, there are amazing pilots. All of these guys are probably former military. Takes a bit to get that. To get this level of proficient, you got to be doing some serious stuff if you're going to be at that level. So, all right, so we got the LA fire trucks, and then we've got, here is a TMZ story from the night where, that. Actually, let me get rid of that. Let me share everything here. Let me just share it again. Saw this. I haven't watched this either. Resident confronts suspicious hiker in fire zone amidst arson concerns.
How's it going?
So he's a little bit lost.
Huh? You're lost? Where are you trying to go? How can I help you? Is there a trailhead nearby? Where are you trying to go? I can help you get there. Where are you coming from? Do you know a trail over by a neighborhood, like directly that way? I know lots of trails. I live here. How can I help you? And where are you going and where are you coming from? I'm trying to get off the trail. To where?
So people are on edge. I don't blame them.
I can help you, but you have to help me understand where you're going. Well, sir, I'm actually not from here. I can tell. So where do you want to go?
I'm going to speed this up.
What are you doing up here? My son lives here. Who's your son?
Okay,
no,
so
there's
this
a way out
guy's...
of here flight leaving from. Like, it's close to people. Yeah. If you don't live here, you're not supposed to be here right now. There's curfew. And, yeah, no, it's a little suspicious. I'm just going to let you know that, you know? Well, we can go two ways, bro. Okay, look, I'm a nice human being, but if you're lighting fires up here, bro, like... You don't seem like a nice human being. I don't? Seems like you're trying to cost me. No, I'm just trying to do what's good for my community, sir. Mister, I don't know what that means. I don't know, no offense, bro. I'm kind of done with
Yeah, kind of done with this shit. You are not kidding. All right, let's look at the story here real quick. Topanga residents confront suspicious hiker, cops investigating. Folks living near devastated Pacific Palisades wildfire on high alert after a resident confronted a suspicious hiker on a remote road in Topanga. Now the cops are involved. TMZ obtained video of a tense interaction between a Topanga local and a lone hiker who gave vague answers to basic questions about where he was going, what he was doing, walking around the backpack in a fire zone. My son's here. I'm going down the thing. What the? Their concerns arson is the cause of the Palisades fire. At one point during the exchange, the hiker responds to a question about the contents of his backpack by saying, unprompted, definitely not any lighter fluid. Oh, God. Law enforcement tells TMZ the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has seen the video or looking into the matter. This all went down Sunday, so it happened 2 days ago on a remote road in Topanga. Hiker said he was lost, isn't from the area, trying to get to San Diego, which is a hell of a walk. We're told the folks who live in Topanga said the guy was in his 20s, around 200 pounds, 6 feet tall, and we're told a man matching description was also seen in Agora. Resident recording the video is pretty upset by the time the video ends, and it appears he's ready to confront the hiker. We don't know what happened when the recording stopped. So they're investigating. That's all I'm getting. We don't know. I mean, this whole thing is I mean, it's just it all looks suspicious as hell. It really does. It looks like there's all kinds of why is my camera so wide all of a sudden? Oh, I don't know why. Let's see. Doesn't make any sense. Hey, look at that. There we go. That's where it should be. All right. All the joys of broadcasting. Yeah, no, I think that a ton of people are worried. And the guy that, we've heard that there's been arrests for arson, but we don't know, like, for people setting fires, but we don't know exactly what fires. So then you've got oh boy. So Justine Bateman, we got to find that one first. We got to find the Justine Bateman one first. So you've got Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have shown up. Justine Bateman, Markle, yeah. So here's some of the stuff. So basically, you had Meghan Markle out there touring. For some reason, she went to a site where they were giving aid for like 20 minutes, and then her and Prince Harry from England got a tour of the fire damage area. Who is Meghan Markle to be getting a tour of fire damage area? I mean, she's a fire tourist. And that's basically what Justine Bateman said, is that she is a fire tourist. Let's see if we can pull up exactly what she said. Let me. Because it was pretty scathing. I'll give you that. It was pretty scathing. Let me see. So yeah, so she basically said that these people were just doing it for their own PR. Like there's no reason for Harry and Meghan Markle to be out touring around freaking fire damage. It just doesn't make any sense. So of course, they're all people are oh, where is it? Come on. Man, come on. I guess I'm not gonna find it here, so let me go back. So, there's they've got all these people that are freaking oh, there we go. There we go. Meghan Markle and Harry are no better than ambulance chasers. What a repulsive photo op they achieved. They are touring the damage. Are they politicians now? They don't live here. They are tourists, disaster tourists. That's basically what they are. And then we see somebody, this dumb reporter called her Princess Markle, which they have no affiliation with the royal family anymore. But they definitely came out to get their couple minutes in the spotlight. Oh yeah, I mean, how? Like if you're a PR person, you don't do this. You don't do this. You don't go out to a fire damage area. I mean, I get it. Your show sucks. people don't want to watch your stupid show that's coming up. They totally ripped the the preview, the trailer that came out for her cooking show or whatever the hell it was, right? So she flipped out, wanted to cancel the whole thing, wants to change the whole thing, wants to fire the marketing people. This is not how you do it. So now not only do you have Justine Bateman, we have Megyn Kelly.
Meghan and Harry, these absolute cretins, decide to inject themselves into the devastation in Los Angeles for one reason: to get their faces back on camera and to improve their image. They made sure that their names got in the press, and that was the name of the game. First of all, I got one other thing. When you're actually a member of the royal family, Harry and the British population like answers to you, sort of, they're your subjects. Maybe they do need to see you during times of tragedy. You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about you. You're not our fucking prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion, all right? Stop getting off on the trauma porn of real suffering in Los Angeles. Meghan and Harry.
Yep. Oh, I bet they are too. I bet they're like, God, I'm glad we get rid of that. I mean, she is the worst. Meghan Markle is the worst. The show that they were going to come out with, this cooking lifestyle, whatever the hell show that she came up with, is just, it looks abysmal. It doesn't look like it's like any kind of entertainment whatsoever. But oh my gosh, you're going to go out there and like tour the damage. But, and I love we just want our privacy. Oh man, just grifter extraordinaire. So we have, so this one more thing on the Royals. This person makes a very good point. Those who follow the Royals pre-2018 would know that Montecito, Netflix, and red carpets was never Prince Harry's dream. That is his current wife's, who was and is chasing Hollywood. Had he married a non-fame hungry woman working for a charity, his life would be massively different. Now, Harry's always been a contrarian, right? He has always been the wild card of the royal family. He was always the the redheaded stepchild. Literally. But he was always the one that was going to do things his way. But I mean, yeah, I just this says it all right there. That picture basically says it all. Because she's chasing Hollywood. She's chasing stardom, this whole Netflix thing, and I mean, okay, go for it. I am too, but just people want real. I mean, that's what people want these days now is real people. They want reality. They want authentic. And nothing that they are providing right now is authentic at all. It's just not. And all right, we've got one more on the fires, and then I think I'm going to get some food and go home. Let me share this instead. This is from Chris Christie, not the chunky New Jersey former governor, but Chris Christie from ABC 7 is a helicopter reporter for KABC in LA. and this was his actual. So this is the closest aerial view I've been able to capture yet of almost the entire town of Altadena, California. This is from the Eaton fire. And so this is kind of an overview of the devastation from the Eaton fire, which is just astounding. I mean, there is no other way to describe it. How fast this took off, how fast these fires burned, how quickly it went through these neighborhoods. I mean, you can you know how fast it is because of the trees. You've got all these trees that are still standing, and people are like, "Why are the trees still standing if it was so hot?" Well, because you've got the fuel, which is the houses, which is the wood. It's no longer alive, right? It's inanimate, dead material. And you've got this wind, which is pushing this. And so it's catching the fuel that it gets, and it's burning super hot while these trees are all living things full of water, which are going to be, I mean, if you get up close, you're going to see that they're scarred. A lot of them are blackened and whatever, but it's just, you've tried to burn green wood and it just doesn't burn. So that's why you see a lot of the trees that seem like they're not harmed, but in reality they are. I mean, you could tell a difference between the green ones back here and then these, which are a lot darker. But look at, I know exactly. Look at all of it. Look at how big of a territory this thing took up. And it's just unfathomable that all of this, I mean, all the way up to there, all this. I mean, just block after block after block of house. Ugh. How do you even go about starting to rebuild this? Yeah, no, you do have a lot of drought resistant trees. You do have a lot of trees that, that are going to hold water more. The palm trees, I found out about palm trees from this, that they have like a ball, a root ball, and they're deep in the ground, and they hold water pretty well. So yeah, it's amazing how much devastation this thing actually took up. All right. I think I'm going to do it. Now one more thing before we go. Will Ferrell from 2007. This is so long ago. Figure we gotta end on a funny. After all that, I mean, life goes on. We really hope we don't see tragedies like this, and then we look for the positive stories that come out of the tragedy. Like I saw a story of a teen girl this morning who actually, her house wasn't destroyed, but all of her friends' houses were destroyed. And she's like a young teenager. She's like 14 years old. And she's talking to her friends, about what they don't have anymore. And her friends are like, I don't have my clothes anymore. I don't have my shoes anymore. I don't have my makeup anymore, or my my lotions or anything. All right, let me see. Okay, now that I said it, I'm gonna have to find that story. Gosh darn it. Teen support for fire. Let's see if maybe that bring it up. Okay, here we go. And she's actually been able to make it into an actual fundraiser now. So a Los Angeles teen started a recovery fund for wildfire victims. Now it's a movement. Avery Colvert, 14, never imagined a recovery fund for the teenage victims of Eaton Fire. One of multiple blazes raging in Los Angeles would go viral, but less than 24 hours after its creation, it did. Paris Hilton posted about Altadena girls on her Instagram story, then Mindy Kaling, then Charlie XCS. Holy cow. So Culvert School, Elliott Arts Magnet Academy in Altadena, California, burned down in Eaton Fire. And there was maybe a small handful of people I know whose houses are spared, she said during a FaceTime conversation on January 11th. I envision my own bedroom and thinking about how my clothes, makeup, and shoes, everything is my identity and in my sense of self. When you're a teenage girl, it's absolutely what it is. Not that I know, I'm not a teenage girl, but I kind of figure that there's a lot of things that you're going to miss. January 10th, Culver and her stepdad, Matt, 44, whipped up a logo, secured the Instagram handle. Then on January 11th, she posted about the project. They weren't even planning on accepting donations till the next day, but the page quickly gained traction. All of a sudden, trucks loaded with donations were pulling up to the temporary accommodation where Culver and her family are staying until the air quality improves. And volunteers just started showing up ready to work. By the end of the day, high-profile bands such as Skims, Orbella, and Huda Beauty all reached out. And so basically, they got donations of clothing, of makeup, of hair products, of all these things. And just like overnight, they this thing blew up. Like they weren't even taking money the first day because they weren't an actual charity. And so I saw her on the Los Angeles News earlier today. Let's go look at the page. This is the page now. So we've got the drop-off location. I mean, this thing just blew up. So, I mean, and we're going to, it'll be stories like these that will hopefully outnumber the crappy stories of people trying to take advantage of people in this situation. All right, can't share that because of music. But just donation after donation just showed up. I mean, just show you what community will do very quickly, obviously. I mean, what a cool story. Avery Colvert. All right, let me see if I can find the interview with her here. Avery Colvert. Yep, here we go.
So much. You are wonderful. Thank you. These are bags just filled with beauty supplies, all from Charlie XCX and her team. Thank you so much. You are wonderful. Thank you so much. This is so greatly appreciated. This is amazing.
There is a movement happening in Altadena, and it's all because of a local teen. 14-year-old Avery Colvert started a recovery fund for teenage victims of the Eaton Fire, and it went viral. And we are lucky enough to be
Within
joined by
minutes.
Avery and her
Within minutes it went viral.
stepdad, Matt. Welcome to both of you.
Hi.
So amazing work you're doing. We understand your house was spared, but Avery, your school and your other friends' homes did burn down. So how are you both holding up, first of all?
Don't worry about it. Sorry. We're doing good at the moment. So yeah, my school was burnt down, but luckily my house was spared. It was really hard. Seeing all my friends, like seeing their houses and seeing the state that they were in really made me upset. But luckily we're doing okay.
Well, it made you very upset. I mean, you guys started this movement. It's just taken off. It's been amazing to see it go viral. Matt, I know you work at a creative studio, and is that where you're located right now? So this is where this all came about?
Yeah, when we had to leave at around 5 a.m. when the smoke got too bad at our place. And I called Leo and Dunya, who owns Small Green Door here, and said, we just need a place now. So we came down here. There's actually a photo set on the other side of this of a bedroom. So we are currently living in a set of a bedroom.
They're living in a bedroom set right now.
And we realized we had a ton of space, and, you know, Avery came up with this idea. So we figured we might as well use what we have.
This is amazing. Avery, how did you come up with this idea?
This is where she talks about
I
it.
was in a group chat actually with all of my friends who lost their homes in the fire, and they were all talking about things that they
Squishmallows, yeah.
they didn't have any any of their makeup. They didn't have any of their clothes. They didn't have anything besides the clothes on their back, which were probably pajamas because they had to leave in the middle of the night to evacuate their homes. But I had an idea because there were so many other shelters and places and donation sites that were taking so much stuff, and they were telling people to stop. We have too many things, and these were all things like food and water and blankets and stuff, which are all necessities and which is all great. But these girls have literally nothing, and it's like a piece of their identity is gone, especially if you're a young teenager. The clothes you wear, the way you do your hair, your makeup is a part of your identity and it is a part of you. And they don't have any of that anymore.
Very smart girl. Very smart girl.
So we called Pamela from Hollywood Beauty Awards, and she really helped me execute my idea, and we couldn't have done it without her. So
Yeah, Avery wanted to sort of collect stuff to give to her friends and the other kids at the school.
I mean, this is so cool. I mean, it just started out as an idea to collect a few things for her friends that lost everything, and it turned into that. I mean, and it's turning into an actual movement now. I mean, like it's this is something. So it's very, very neat. I mean, just amazing what an idea in a community. That's what you need. The kids that got to pick out one were so happy. Oh yeah, I know, I bet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I think yes, there's going to be stories of people who take advantage of people, but hopefully there's going to be more stories of stuff like this where we get to see the good, because we need to see the good. All right. I'm going to leave you with this. Will Ferrell from 2007. I remember this. This was like funny.com. This was a little skit that he did back then.
You don't have to raise your voice. I can give you half. Hey, don't talk to me like that, okay? I thought I was clear in my email that I needed a couple weeks. Can I just get 2 more weeks? You need to relax. Hey, don't call me bitch. I'm a grown man. Don't make fun of me crying. Oh, I'm not doing so good, Pearl. I put you on the street. Pearl.
Pearl. That's right. Her name was Pearl. Oh my goodness.
3 jobs right now. I'm working nights. I'm driving a cab.
I'm gonna smack you. I'm Pearl. Oh my god, I totally remember this skit. It was so funny.
You don't have to raise your voice. I can give you half. Hey, don't talk to me like that.
Pay now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know. It's been forever since we saw that video. Okay, so there's another one going around too. Oh my goodness. This guy right here, this Asian dude with his lighting company. I don't know if this is in China or if this is in the America or not, but this is freaking funny too. All right, here we go. One last one and then we're out.
I feel sorry for your trans friends.
I don't have any trans friends. Anyways, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap.
These things are great.
Hello. Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business...
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend.
If you're black, then I'm the real Donald Trump himself. China, China. I know China very well. I know everybody in China.
Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been...
Isn't that being straight, but just with extra steps? Anyways, watch me put it down like this. From the top, make it drop, very simple. My favorite expression in English is the one that says, never bite the hand of the one that fingers you. Something like that. China, China, China. If the USA is great again, then why did someone invented a USB? Actually, this is our A-frame acrylic.
Yes, this is the LED lighting guy.
The first 3 things a female notices in a man.
Don't care. Anyways, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap.
Oh, I love that guy. He just popped up here a few days ago. Oh my goodness. Ah, some of the best advertising there is. All right. I am out of here. It is time to go maybe get some Wendy's on the way home. Yes, I will get you a Frosty. So I got to go get a caramel Frosty and a hamburger. And hopefully I can get home before it melts. So anyway, all right. Good night. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you back here on Thursday. What a great day. Yay, Wendy's. I know. I haven't had Wendy's in like a while, so I'm ready. So, okay. That's it. Good night. Goodbye.